Australian and the American.
The American.
Okay, so we just did a shaka. For those of you who don't know, it actually means to hang loose. And that's what we're doing today. So that is a Hawaiian thing, the shaka. It's so funny, I just did that with somebody and they didn't know how to do it. And they were
really?
like,
yeah, it was such a learning curve for my girls to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like 2-year-olds, like, what do you do?
Okay, so in Australia, is there any like hand motion that you guys have other than waving and blowing the kiss?
I don't know. One thing my family always did was this. Whenever there was a big goodbye, it was like the Johnston wave. But maybe that was just a family thing.
Oh dear God!
I don't know what Australians do.
Actually, that's really fun. It's like hi.
Because we'd always see each other off at the airport, and you could see this motion when you used to be allowed to like go to the up to the terminal or the gate. Once they were in the plane, if you do this, you can see it very well. Anyhow,
that's really a lot of fun. Okay, we're gonna jump into it. Last week we were talking about worms, caterpillars. Actually,
yes, caterpillars
that turned into
chrysalises.
And then this past week you got to
Guys,
birth. You
did.
saw the.
We did. We were on birth watch. We were on butterfly watch. One whole morning, like 3 hours. We didn't do any schooling, and we just had our little butterfly cage thing on the table watching the chrysalises because we knew that they were about to be born.
Okay, so you got to see it. It didn't happen during the middle of the night.
It didn't. It waited for us in the morning. The first one actually happened and I didn't see it, but then the second one was cracking, and so I called everyone in, and we all watched it, and it cracked the shell, and out it crawled.
Were there tears?
Screams of jubilation. The girls were so excited. The poor butterfly had no idea. I mean, if it had ears while it was listening, the crystals, it knew what's coming, but everyone was so excited.
Okay, so my question is, which I don't know, I think I saw it on your Instagram story, letting go of butterflies. Tell us.
Yeah, so you go outside after a few hours because they come out really wet and they need to dry, and they're practicing their, doing this with their wings, and then you can do this motion that you're like, boing, 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 and then like my daughter, it just flew off. It was like the perfect moment. I put like gorgeous music to it, and then off flew the butterfly, and landed in our neighbor's yard.
Well, at least it landed in the neighbor's yard and not anything worse.
It's true. Hopefully it's like free now. But you know what? The butterflies only live like 2 weeks.
Wow.
And then they're pow.
Oh, don't say that. I don't like that.
I know. Well, they mate during that 2 weeks. They have like over 100 eggs on a plant. And then, and then they pass. And then that's the circle.
Okay, so in regards to our transformation from being a caterpillar that's on the ground walking and then the whole waiting in God's presence and the butterfly, was there any takeaways for Fiona from the seeing the butterfly for the first time?
Yeah, we were created to fly. We were created to go. We were not created to stay.
Very good.
To be just like, I don't know, just sit on a plant. Like God says, go out into the earth,
and make disciples
and multiply.
Yeah.
And those.
What do you mean by multiply? I'm just curious.
The butterflies take it very literally. They have so many babies.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, that kind of multiply.
That kind.
Okay, I got it. So in regards to transformation, interestingly enough, I was hanging out with Jesus this morning, and I actually said in my prayers, Jesus, I need you to be my transformer. And it sounded kind of like the Transformer movie, like
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so what I meant was sometimes I'm taking on my own and I'm standing on my merits of transformation and not on the merits of Jesus and the works and the whole thing. So I love in Romans 12 too. I'm gonna have Miss Fiona, since I know you love her voice.
Do you though?
Do you think, or do you love my voice?
Oh, you have a great.
She hesitated.
You have a voice for radio.
Has
anybody ever told you that?
Tell me more. No, you know what? I used to. It's so funny. Like normally talking, I would go, well, like I was just like, yeah, that's what I think. So I'm thinking, do I sound like?
No, you have such a great voice.
A radio voice, like, hey, that's right. Today's weather is going to be perfect.
But here's the thing: you also have a face for film. So
I love you.
Perfect. Okay, where were we?
Tell me more.
Tell me more.
No.
Tell me more.
Romans 12:2.
Romans 12:2. Oh, that was an Australian as well. Sandy. Okay. Do you know what movie? No. Okay.
Grease.
Yes. 2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will.
Oh my gosh, there's so much to gather and gulp down in that one verse, and it is one verse, all that she just read. But regards to the transformation, I love it. It says, don't conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That renewing actually in the Greek means ananeo.
Okay.
Ananeo means renovation. So let's just change it for a moment here.
Yeah.
But be transformed by the renovation
Oh my gosh.
of your mind.
Yep.
So good. So one thing I love about renovation, of course, right? The old refrigerator goes out and the new comes in. You're smashing down walls and you're opening up the house. That renovation, we love the old and the new coming in.
I mean, how many people are obsessed with HGTV? Chip and Joanna Gaines,
True.
Fix It or Fabulous. We're obsessed with that show right now. That we are so drawn to watching the old go out and the new come in. And I think that speaks to God in us. That is a reflection of his personality within us.
Yeah.
Is that he doesn't want to just settle for the old. Like, he created us to renew. I mean, our skin regenerates. Everything regenerates.
Every day.
Every day.
Very good. I love that. So it's the old. And so the big question is, what is old inside of you and me and you that needs to be renovated and the new come in? And the first thing you can think of, lies, thoughts, ideas about who God says he is. What's that old thought that you have? Who he says you are and who he says they are. Because they can become a villain, they can become an irritant, they can become, we become the victim and they're the villain, and no longer do we see them as a daughter or a son. Let's change it. A beloved son of the Father, a beloved daughter of the Father. So we see that. So it's beginning to go, okay, I got to get this old thought out. And, you and I was thinking about this, for me personally there was this lie that I'm too old to do, you name it. I will share later about that. It had something to do with the radio before I was on the radio. But the whole thing where it's like, I'm too old. I'm reading a book right now. Maria Durso threw down this book called Ageless, that we are actually ageless, not only the number of age, but also ageless in our body, because it's the spirit that stays alive. So that lie of going, wait a minute, I am not going to sit on the bench, God. You've not created me to do that. And you?
Yeah, no, I think I one time did this exercise of writing out all the old names of who I used to call myself or who Satan used to call me, and then I wrote down all the ones that I am actually now, and it went from slave to free, unseen to seen. I forget what the negative word was, but now, like, I am pursued, I am loved. And so it's a really great exercise. If you've never done that in your quiet time, if you're looking for something to do as you are, like figuring out, like, okay, what do I need to renew in my soul? What has God asked me to get rid of? Is those lies that Tisha was just talking about. Write out what you feel like you were called by Satan, by the evil one that wants to come and kill and steal and destroy your joy by calling you these really ugly names.
Yeah, and it's the reality of us recognizing, am I in God's domain?
Yeah.
Or am I in Satan's domain? Am I in the enemy's domain? Because we need the kingdom of God on this land that's going to perpetuate love and righteousness and kindness, and it starts right here first.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And people are going to be drawn to you. Some people might be repulsed because they see a freedom in you that they want and they're jealous of it, but you got to just leave it behind. And I know that there are some things in your life that you may struggle to get rid of, because there's things in our life that we struggle to get rid of, that should be thrown away. Papers. Why is there so many papers? There's so many papers.
Wait, are you saying papers?
Yes, like physical papers, and I have a hard time throwing papers away,
You're cute.
And it just clutters my home, and so there's stuff cluttering your heart and your mind space that doesn't need to be there. So
That's
doing an inventory.
So good.
Yeah.
That's a good exercise that we can leave you with.
Yeah.
And I love what she just said, that, that word, which is that renovation, the old, and having that new that we're standing on. I love here in Isaiah 62. All of 62 is fabulous. If you want to take a moment to really hang in there and underline a circle. But here in verse 12, it says, they will be called the holy people. not the evil
Oh
people.
my gosh.
The redeemed
Yeah.
of the Lord.
Yep.
And you will be called sought after, the city no longer deserted.
Oh, I love that. Can you just show everyone that page? Can
Yeah.
you just show them that?
Yeah, totally.
Guys, check out her Bible. I want to love and know my Bible as well as Tisha knows and loves her Bible.
Well, that's the reality of
love
just
it.
having
Hanging with
fun,
Jesus.
hanging with Jesus and doing that.
Yeah.
We love you guys. We
Thank
love
you for hanging with
Yeah,
us.
thank you so much. And our heart, is, of course, is to have Jesus capture our hearts individually. That your heart would be captured as well. So, love you guys.